Hello there, and thank you for tuning on to another episode of our scripture breakdown ministry. My name is David Abraham, and our scripture for today comes from James 5, verse 4. Actually, it has been a continuation of the scripture in the last two episodes, where we did James 5, verse 1 and 2, and the last one we did James 5, verse 3, and here is James 5, verse 4. And it says, "Indeed, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out, and the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." I repeat, indeed, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out, and the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Now, I want to divide the scripture into two parts. The first says, "Indeed, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out." Now, what God is trying to say is that He spoke about the first James verse 1 spoke about what will come upon the rich. He spoke about because they have gotten their ways through corrupt ways. And second part also expounded on the corrosion of their gold and silver when they begin to experience down times after they've amassed so much fortune, that the corrosion is a witness against them. But here it speaks about indeed the wages of the laborers who mowed your field. That speaks about the wages of the laborers. That is the people that worked in your field, people that worked in your industry, in your production plant, people that worked in your farm, people that worked in the rich man's farm, in the rich man's production plant, in the rich man's factories, people that worked and mowed the lawns, people that mowed the grass, people that dug, people that labored extensively with all their body, spirit, and their soul. So which you kept back by fraud. So you were meant to pay them, but you staffed them. They have families to feed, but you just staff them. They have people to look after, the people to cater for, but you staffed them and said, you kept back by fraud. Cry out. So the wages are crying out. The laborers are crying out. The laborers are crying out every day because they have not been paid. They have worked for months and months on end, for days on end, for hours on end, but they have not been paid. You have kept back their wages by fraud. You have kept back their wages and you manipulated them so that every day they are cursing. Every day they cannot feed their family. Every day they are crying out to love the Lord of Sabaoth. They are crying out. They are crying out their body, their spirit and soul because they are poor and needy, because their hearts cannot comprehend why you have not paid them. Their hearts cannot comprehend why a man is rich and cannot pay his poor workers, cannot pay his poor laborers. So they leave everything to the God of Sabaoth and they begin to cry out to God. And here it says the cries of the reapers. Those are the reapers. Those are the laborers. Those are people who have gone to the vineyard to till the grass. These are people who have gone to the vineyard to till the ground. These are people who work in your vineyard, people who work in your factory, people who work in your cocoa farm, people that work as laborers, that labor, that bend their backs for the sake of profit, that put your business in a pedestal which is enviable, people that put your business where production and abundant fruit, there's abundant fruitfulness, and therefore there is more and more and more profit. These are people that are responsible for doing it, but you are making profit and you are held back your wages. And he's saying the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. That means it was time for God to take action. That is why the gold and silver will be corroded and be a witness against what the rich man has done. That is why God's judgment will come upon the wealth of the rich man and his family. Now I want to pray that God expounds our hearts about the scripture, that God gives us this as a guideline, that when we begin to do our businesses and want to amass that fortune, which fortune is endorsed by God, but amassing it in a clean way is what glorifies God. So when we're about to amass our fortune, when we're about to take steps that are out of the line of the precepts and the statutes of God, we're able to put this scripture as a checker and as a reminder that whatever wealth we amass through ill-gotten wealth will crumble someday. I want to pray that God expands our hearts and give us what it takes to continue in the Word, to continue in the Lord, to continue and meditate on this Word, and to take our everyday actions towards completing the vision, the God-given vision, which He has given us to complete on the face of the earth. I thank you so much for listening, and God bless. God bless. To contact me, you can, for questions and comments, you can email me at thetubeministry@gmail.com. That is thetubeministry@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless. God bless.